It feels good. I mean, had some time off a little bit, and then fourth quarter program, so I think everyone was kind of ready to get back into practicing and just football stuff instead of just running in the indoor facility. So getting back into football feels good.
Obviously just went to practice, but Tuesday we saw you doing some center work. How'd that feel?
Felt good. A couple springs ago did that as well. So I think there's a bunch of guys on the offensive line that are able to play multiple different positions. I think really all of us can if we need to. So it's good to just have that versatility along the line and to see what the coaching staff has in store and do whatever. So.
You talk about that versatility, but how tough is that to do all the positions along the line?
I think it takes a lot of smart guys, so that's just a credit to the guys in the room, and just to be an athlete really and just go along and having to make that switch of a stance or technique and stuff like that. So I think that just really having a grasp of the whole playbook, knowing your assignment, and just being able to go out there and execute against the good defense that we play against. So.
I know your position coach is the same, but obviously there's been a ton of changes within the coaching staff. What's that been like, and how do you think the team has adjusted to it?
I think it's been good. It just kind of brings a new, fresh take. All coaches bring kind of different backgrounds and just been around different players and stuff like that, coaches in the past, and so I think some guys do things differently, and it's been good just to see them kind of come together and just how they mesh. So it's been fun. I think players have responded well in practice. Practice one's gone well as well.
Did practice kind of go exactly the same way? Or did it seem like the coaches were trying to adjust as much as the players?
I didn't really notice anything of the other coaches, but Coach Key obviously did the same thing. So it was good.
What have you noticed from Alex Leatherwood and Jedrick Wills, just from a growth standpoint on and off the field?
Both are obviously very talented players, very capable, and going to try to use them in the way that we can this year and try to find a spot. So for them, they've got all the ability in the world. Just try to find, like I said, guys and mix and match and try to find the best five, like Coach Saban said. And it's just those guys are very talented just naturally. So it's fun to watch those guys in film and practice.
You mentioned your experience 2 years ago working. What did you learn from that experience? And then what was it like kind of going back? How would you compare the two, kind of 2 years ago trying center and now going back as a growing into a senior?
I think I've learned a lot just experience-wise, and just really kind of understanding all the positions in the offense even more, and just kind of the system that we go through. 2 years ago it was kind of fresh and new and was trying to learn on the fly, and now just having that experience, like I said, going into it, knowing a little bit more and just being around the same kind of guys, playing next to Jonah and Bradley last year and stuff like that, has helped. So like I said, whatever the coaching staff wants to do, we'll roll with it, and I'm sure I'll be getting reps at guard too probably, so it's not like it's just set in stone. So this is just after day one, so we'll see what happens.
You're the old guy around on the offensive line. You do anything to build camaraderie, just the overall team building for the offensive line? Anything like that?
Yeah, I think the offensive line as a whole is a veteran group. We got a bunch of guys with a lot of experience. So, with Bozeman being gone and stuff like that, just more of that senior leadership that we need. Just kind of the older guy, and I feel really old compared to a lot of the other guys on the team. Just like some guys, I think Leatherwood might have been born in 2000 or something like that. So I feel old. But yeah, it's been fun. Each year, guys step in different roles, so we're just all trying to kind of find our role and adjust and just get the camaraderie, like you said. So I think that's what springs forward going into summer as well. So we need to have a good spring and just build.
What kind of energy does Enos bring?
He brings a lot of energy. Even in fourth quarter, I saw that. Just we would go to his drill, and he'd be fired up and just kind of try to keep the pace going. Even if we saw he saw us lacking or something like that in one of the drills, he would try to fire us up and yell at us and whatnot. So he brings a lot of fire, a lot of juice, and I'm not around him too much, but I hear him. Their meeting room's right next to ours, so I always hear him yelling or just being loud and vocal, and so I think that's good for our quarterbacks, and obviously hopefully have them grow as well.
Through the wall, so you hear it?
What's that?
You hear it through the wall kind of thing?
Yeah, our doors are both open, so
okay.
kind of deal like that, but I'm sure they hear Coach Key as well.
For you, it's going to be.
Are they more hands-on than new coaches? Or can you notice a difference?
I'd say yeah. Each coach is different, but you know, every coach kind of has their own way. So, I mean, more hands-on, sure, but I mean, they just try to do their job, I'm sure. Just whatever Coach Saban has them doing, you know. So.
There's going to be a third offensive coordinator. I mean, how much do you think the offense is going to change, or do you think it's going to be kind of a blend of what you've had, I guess, in the first few years that you've been here?
Yeah, I just think we'll look back, evaluate what we've done right, what we've done wrong, spots that we need to improve on, and you know, we have been addressing that in the off season, and just try to find what works best for us, and able to move forward and, you know, be the best offense that we possibly can. You know, we've got a lot of playmakers coming back and a good offense, so just trying to put the best guys on the field, and play calling, I'm sure, will, you know, stay pretty similar as well. So
I know Tua obviously hurt his hand, you know, the first practice, but what have you seen from Jalen, Tua, even Mac, you know, coming back? That Nick said there's going to be an open competition for that starting job. What have you seen them react to that?
I think it's been, you know, nothing but positive, to be honest. You know, I mean, just even interacting in the locker room, they've all been, you know, friendly about it and civil, and so there's no button heads or anything. So, I mean, that's been good to see. I think they're, you know, all three are handling it very maturely. So, you know, the team recognizes that and just responds well, and it's just like, we're going to go out there, do your guys, you know, do our job, and you guys go out there and be the best man win kind of deal. So it's been fun to see.
When you were talking about Coach Keith a little bit before, is there something that still kind of stands out, like he did right off the bat, and you're like, oh, that's different?
I think it's just goofiness, kind of, as a person, it's kind of funny. You know, sometimes it's like, you always get, he has the offensive line side, the coaching side of that, where, you know, he can be hard to you or whatever, coach you hard, and he's going to do that, but then there's also kind of the goofy side where it's more relaxed, laid back. You can go in, actually talk to him and have a normal conversation. So that was something different that I wasn't really used to before coming up. So it's been, you know, nice and refreshing to have that side of him.
What was the hardest thing to adjust to?
For him?
For you?
Are you saying when he came in?
Yeah, just, I mean, everyone's different. There's got to be some things that are got to be particular drill.
Yeah, I mean, I think just his drill work and sometimes just like his style. You know, each coach has their own kind of style, and so I think just trying to adjust to that and learn him as a coach as he's trying to learn, you know, what's best for us as players is how, you know, each guy gets coached differently and reacts differently. So I think just that kind of learning adjustments, the growing pains that we had at the beginning. But, you know, he caught on pretty quick, and we did to his coaching style as well, so it worked out pretty smoothly.
Now you see all this
Sorry.